I think that we're streaming now. Um, so we'll just be real quick on the things for the official people. The everybody here knows the code of conduct: be respectful of each other, zero tolerance, sexual imagery, physical threats, reporting. We're this is the Southern Dev Fest. I'm just using theirs because I got there and I found it. But regarding the Southern Dev Fest, that's coming up. That's going to be in November. Uh, Cedric and I are both uh, helping those guys. It's the whole southern region of GDG. I think the main guy is from Austin, and then we're just, I all I'm trying to do is
SWB audio capture
volunteer
not
to help work
registered.
people through a lab. I'm hoping Cedric will do that as well, and I'm almost thinking it might be good if we just kind of do what we do here with two people, one guy taking notes and one guy talking there. So I
Yeah.
haven't mentioned that to you yet, Cedric, but I think that might be helpful. And then we can just say like, hey, the stuff that we're doing here, we do every week. Um,
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I would really like to do is, give them, have the presentation as, you know, this is what we do on the weekly basis. And,
yeah,
we're just going to go through, a lab or two and just have a discussion. And, if you enjoyed this presentation, you know,
yeah,
link to ours and our events. Yep.
yep. And then for that, I submitted my talk. You just saw me. Who I think they're going to accept me for this one, and all I'm going to do is talk about SSL, and it's all going to go down from. I don't know if this one is the certs here are not like they used to. This actually might be somewhat like it used to be. Yeah, so here it's showing like a chain of trust, showing that this is the root, this is the intermediate, and then this is the server certificate. And I'm going to talk about how what that means, and then how it works, and we'll show some traffic, and we'll talk about the SSL stuff that goes on there in my talk. I will use this. Let's see if I can't close this out of the way. I'll use the
SWB audio
over. Let's see
capture
where I have
not
file
registered.
duplicate. I will use this guy as kind of like the guide. So the code that's on here, that'll be what I'll go from. And I've got if I believe I've got screenshots up here already. Yeah, so I'll be working off of this. This will be my source material for the presentation.
Is that
Okay.
Wireshark?
That's Wireshark, yeah. So
Okay.
what I'll do is I'll talk about how to go in promiscuous mode, so that you or monitor mode, so that you can say I want to look at all the channels, and if you see the 4 E8 poll messages, then Wireshark will automatically do decodes. But then I'll say like, why that didn't work, and I had to really just put a wiretap in to literally get all the captures, and I'll talk about that, and we'll go, and that'll be my thing there, because what happened was we had a problem that it affected all of our sensors, and it's because the SSL certificates are typically only good for like 3 months, and that if you don't keep them up to date, that'll fail. You got a thick jacket on there, by the way, Musa. So it really was raining and cold out in California.
It's been raining since last night, nonstop.
Mm.
So when are you making this presentation again for the Dev Fest?
It's for the Southern Region Dev Fest. I still think that our group can put out our own Dev Fest. May not be as big and swanky, but I've done these things
SWB
where
audio
you
capture
partner
not
with other
registered.
groups, and it's kind of fun. And I did the thing with the Southern Dev region last year. I'm gonna continue that.
So have you made this SSL presentation before, or this is your first time of doing it?
This will be the first time I've done the SSL thing.
Would you like to use us as guinea pigs?
Yeah, if I got time.
Okay.
I've given presentations before. I think there might be one on YouTube, or maybe 2 or 3 on YouTube that I've done. If you Google my name and then look for CarolinaCon, I did some for them. So that's that. Yeah, so about All Things Open, way back when they had their first one, Cedric, I submitted papers. Then the guy, I made a point. I was like, "You guys don't have a call for papers. You're going to have a copy." And I submitted them. And the guy's like, "Yeah, we don't have one yet." And then time went by. I actually was working on the presentation. Time went by, and then they just had their speakers. And so I contacted them again. I was like, "Hey, dude, I did a call for papers. You never did any updates to let me know whether or not it was going to be used. And I see that now you've picked speakers already." And the guy was like, "Yeah, we just kind of, this is our first time we had people in mind." So I was like, "Well, that's great. I contacted you. You didn't have a call for papers. You said this is great that I've got a call for papers."
SWB audio capture not registered.
And then
Yeah.
The next time it came around, they had a call for papers. I submitted it, and they said, "Well, you've never submitted a paper to us before, so we want you to go to this IRC channel and talk to people." And I'm regularly on IRC, so I went there and talked to them, and they were like, "Oh, we want you to go to this on-site meeting and give your talk there as a first timer." So I went to their on-site meeting. When it came time for me to give the talk, the guy that I was talking to about doing it with that group, he left the room. I was like, "What?"
Oh, wow.
So I was like, "Well, I guess I'm not getting in this one." But it went over okay, I thought. And so I was never really, after that, I'm not that interested in All Things Open. But with this said, Karen and Jim got me free tickets, and this would be the second time I've been to a demo night. I went once when I was at Safe Zone, and they had a table to demonstrate our company, what we were doing. Jim does it as well, and they got me free tickets to do everything. The day I literally helped Jim pack up the vehicle with all our equipment for the demo, and then he was like, "Hey, did you bring your vaccination card?" And I was like, "I forgot to bring my vaccination card, and I don't want to try to get in." I mean, I may have a photograph of it someplace, but I was just like, "Skip it. I'll just go home." It was a long day anyway, so I didn't go on Monday night.
Okay.
Demo night. But I did meet a guy there one time who had an interesting story at demo night, and when I go there, I see all these people.
SWB audio
right,
capture
in
not
area.
registered.
But there was a guy who had been an Army captain. He had been to West Point, and he didn't stay in the Army long enough to retire. And he seemed kind of negative on it, and I was like, "Man, like." You've passed the big hurdle. You went to West Point, right? Well, I would just stick around. I mean, that's the career path you've chosen. I would just stay there. But the guy had gotten out and started a company, and he was telling me about his company he started and what happened to him, and I kind of felt sad for the dude. But that's how it is. It's hard to start a business.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
So so one last question on this presentation you're making. So how where can one register for this?
Yeah. Oh, I had the URL up. So I think it's Southern Dev Fest.
Southern Dev Fest.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Give you the URL. That the call for papers is on another website, but this is what it is here. I don't know if it shows us as being in here or not.
It does.
Does it? Yeah, so there we are. And I think this is the guy. I think it's this place is where the guy that's actually starting it.
If you go down, it actually shows the organizers.
Oh yeah, there you go. Well, he's Dallas Fort Worth, so he's not in Houston.
Okay.
Is Dallas Fort Worth even up there? Yeah, right there in the middle. They got a bigger font.
SWB audio
this
capture
guy is
not
cool.
registered.
I've known him for a while, and then she's pretty cool. It should have your name up here, Cedric. I'll ask him to put John Davis and Cedric there. Let's see what else.
Cool.
Got that going. That's about it.
So is this all online affairs, or is there actually going to be physical meeting at the location?
It's going to be online. So
online.
The
okay.
Will be online.
Makes sense, because people still are very reluctant to travel.
Yeah, yeah. I used to go in person to do these meetings, and then have to take my computers and set it up and then unpack it and drive back and all this kind of stuff. This is so much more convenient just doing it this way. I think that I'll do this for a long time, even when COVID, because it's just so convenient. I want to get, and with that said, let's get started. Let's rock and roll here and have some fun.
Great.
Yeah, let's do some technical stuff.
Right.
So, Musa, if you want, if you're willing to share your screen, we can talk through the file resources.
Right.
And then we can go ahead and lock that down.
So let me do this. Okay. Let me quit that. Okay, and I'm going to all right.
SWB audio capture not registered.
There. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, here. Let me present now. Window. Share. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So let me do this here.
I just realized I'm sharing the wrong thing. There we go. I was streaming like nothing. I was streaming their audio, but the desktop was on the wrong thing. So now we're running.
Creating managing cloud resource. You know, I had plenty of time. I know Cedric, you and I, we exchanged messages on Friday. I had plenty of time on Friday, but unfortunately, they were doing maintenance on this lab, and
Yeah,
that was just so annoying because I had plenty of time, but
SWB
there was
audio
nothing for me
capture
to do.
not registered.
yeah, because I knew I had plans to, I was actually visiting some friends, but
Right,
I had plans to come home that evening and do some labs. So by the time I came home,
right.
everything was back open. But yeah, just the timing. I thought the timing on that was kind of bad. A Friday evening. That's
Yeah,
a that's a good time for, and I'll say, Friday evening East Coast time. To do a maintenance at that point.
right. Exactly. And then, of course, yesterday was all, you know, time with the kids. Two soccer games yesterday, and I just could not miss that. So I wasn't
Yep.
able to do anything about it yesterday. So anyway, this is the lab, right? And then, um,
You may be sharing the wrong thing because I see a guy. It looks like ADHD shirt. Is that what you're
oh,
saying?
I'm sorry. I think why did I share the wrong thing? This is horrible.
It's all right. No worries.
Uh, this is embarrassing.
Musa,
Wait.
Musa, don't get us banned by showing the wrong
You
wrong
know,
links there.
Okay, sorry.
That
my
is that is a thing.
my NetSkink account that got banned from YouTube with all the copyright strike violations.
Uh-huh.
I would like film something like I've got my phone out and I'm filming something I'm doing on my desk, but in the background I was playing music, and it would be like you've got music on here that you didn't pay for, and
Right.
so you get a copyright strike violation, and then I had some games that I'd played. And I was like, oh,
SWB audio capture
just
not
playing with the
registered.
streaming software. I would like put in music, and that was a big no-no. So those didn't take long for me to get my first announcement till my thing is locked and deleted. It was like, so I watched a video of some guy repairing a car, and he turns on the car and the radio is on, and he puts up like a little thing uh, where he mutes the audio and had like a little floating banner, avoid copy strike violation. So
Wow, why is this not letting me share my? I wanted to share my window.
I found it better just to share your screen, especially if you got multiple desktops. Share a particular screen and just pull your
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I'm trying to do. But apparently it's not, it's not showing me. Okay, let me do this. Yeah. Do you see my terminal window?
You're up. Yeah, it's coming up. Yep. I see it. There it is.
No, but it's only showing my terminal window. It's not showing my browser next to it. Or do I
Yeah,
need to? Oh, give
yeah.
me a second here.
If you want to show two windows simultaneously, you have to do a screen, share a screen.
How's that?
So, like when you go to share, you either can do a screen or an app, and it has like two tabs, I believe. Go to the screen tab, share a screen, and then anything on that screen that's selected will be visible. You can
Right.
only share one window at a time or
SWB
one
audio
screen at a
capture
time.
not registered.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Okay, let me try this again. Right now you can only see this, right? Only the terminal window, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's something with a shell script at the
Yeah,
top of
okay.
the title bar.
Let me stop sharing and try again. Okay, so if I do share your entire screen, a window. Oh, sorry, I think I was um ah It's my stupidity. Sorry, I was doing it incorrectly. Screen
alright.
1. Share. Right.
Right. That's what my English friend would say. You'd be talking to him. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can now see my let's do this.
I see your smiling face. Oh, there we go. I see
Oh,
your
there we go.
Right. Let's do this.
Right.
Do this to the left, to the right. Okay. So this is where we are. So now this is the challenge lab, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's try to clean things up just a bit
Cedric
here.
has got that taping down, man. I'm telling you, he's mailing something to Amazon.
I didn't think y'all were picking that up from the mic. I apologize.
That's all right. I'm just teasing you. Just teasing you.
Trying to get a little organization going.
SWB audio capture not registered.
So you got. All right. So it's gonna expire in 10 minutes. We got 3 people and it expires. I don't understand this.
Okay, so here we go. So do we want to spin up another session?
We will. We'll go for a while. I'm
Okay.
just looking at your shell script. So,
Right.
So is this like step 1 or step all of them?
Yeah. So this is what I was trying to do here. Okay. Typically, I was able to complete task 1
Okay.
and task 2. Those were easy enough. So I didn't have any problem with those 2. The one that is giving me a headache is task 3, which is what I have done here, which is what is in this script right here.
So this is the step 3 script.
Here.
It only does
task. That? Yeah, task 3 of building the HP load balancer and everything that goes with that. Okay.
Yeah. So this is what I have. So
so what's interesting? So what would be interesting here? We can, and if you want to start and advance everything to task 3, that's fine. But the thing that the takeaway that I'm gonna say about this and doing labs and troubleshooting is I always say don't suffer in silence.
Right.
So the error message that you get, or if something's not working, capturing the screenshots or looking at the error message and seeing what's happening there, so that way we can turn around and be able to research from that point versus starting all the way over.
SWB audio capture not registered.
And also, and I say, posting in the Slack or even sending emails with screenshots and stuff, that I probably could have helped offline with just providing the feedback to where that is.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't able to provide you that information. Yeah.
And that comes in, and that's the thing about the community is that being available to help, but you also have to provide the information for us to help you. So saying it doesn't work, okay, well, what about it? It doesn't work. But saying at task 3, creating the target pool, or how do I view the managed instance groups, something like that, just that type of information. Then I could have turned around and generated that bit of information to advance you along, or reference you to the Google documentation to read on it. So that way it's not just you're looking at everything, but just a small little focus area. So
completely agree with that. Again, sorry for the
don't be sorry.
Sorry for the breakdown in communication and my tardiness in providing the necessary information for you to be of
no, this is
of assistance.
This is why the community exists. So the thing about us working together over and over each week and things like that is we help develop that common language that we get used to. So instead of having to explain everything, you're going to be able to shortly be able to shortcut. I was doing this. Oh, try this, because
Right.
we'll get more familiar with each other, and we're just looking out to help out and increase everybody's knowledge.
Cool.
So,
yeah. All right. So so anyway, so this is the give me just a second here.
It's I'm looking at trying to see your code and read it versus looking at the solution on
SWB
GitHub.
audio
Right.
capture
Can
not
you
registered.
I don't really need to look at the lab so much, but can you show me, just pull up the script that you've got for the task, and then
Yeah.
just so that's maximized so I can read your screen?
Yeah. Let me make it bigger. Give me a second. How's that?
It needs to be. I would just get rid of if you just maximize it, that would be sufficient, I think.
yeah, you can move the instructions for the lab. You can move that off this screen if you
Yeah.
have multiple screens, because we can see that on our own.
Yeah.
Oh, you can. Okay, let me do this then.
And then just make it bigger. There you go. Now I can read it. So I'm just looking at, that's the very top of it.
Give me a second. Let me make it better here. So you can actually.
Are you using Tmux?
I'm using Xterm 2.
Xterm 2. Okay, cool.
I'm on the Mac.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this is what I have for task 3. Just kind of like following in the. Let me actually get rid of this. There's no purpose to this window. Let me shrink it. How's that?
So that's good. So just looking at your code real quick, I see that you've got 2 machine type assignments on line 21 and 22.
Yeah.
SWB audio capture not registered.
One, so you could just comment out line 21.
Okay. I was just being a lazy shell scripter there. I just decided to, I wanted to be able to swap one for the other, but you're right. Let me just comment that out.
All right. And then you've got, so the startup script looks right. And then the gcloud config stuff.
The only thing I change, which should not matter, is online. I think when I was kind of like trying to help myself by troubleshooting, I think in the previous lab where you did an exercise similar to this, we were just using metadata. We were not doing metadata from file. Do you guys remember that?
Uh-huh.
And then you are providing this shell script. This shell script was being provided in line, not like this. But then after I read the instruction, after I read the help instruction on the gcloud command, it was suggesting to do it like this, that it was a cleaner way to do it.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, so this is where I created the pool, starting from line number 38. I created the pool here, which is, I sort of kept the name the same. I didn't change any name from the previous module that I did. That was successful.
SWB audio capture
And
not
then
registered.
Here, what am I? Okay, this is where the managed instance group is created. Oh, okay, yeah. And I believe this is the correct zone, US East 1. Give me just a second. I need to pull this to another screen so I can actually see the instruction also. So here we go.
So our call is getting ready to end in 2 minutes here.
Yeah, I'll when it exits, I'll just hit the recreate or quick meeting or whatever, and I'll post it in
Okay.
uh, Slack.
Okay. WhatsApp. So can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I still hear you, and I'm looking.
Oh, okay, right. Sorry, I thought you were creating the new.
No, not when it exits, I'll redo it.
All right. So so again, starting from line 38, created the target pool, and then line 44, I created the manage instance group, right? And this the
SWB audio capture, not registered.
You'll have to share again there, Musa.
so initiating.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem. Okay, let's share again. Screen. Share. All right, can you see my screen now or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Why is this thing not sharing? I shared already, but
It's odd. It says Musa presentation. Oh, there we go.
I think it's just taking its time.
Yeah. My son is doing laundry right when I'm trying to do my thing.
Has it rendered yet or no?
I can see it.
Yep, we're good.
Oh, okay, good. So let me go back. So so 946 is where I create the manage instance group. And then referencing the target pool that was created in the line above, in line 38 above. Okay, we can just ignore this. I don't know why I have this. I had it listed twice. I think it's the same line basically. Oh, hold on.
It was missing the HTTP bit for the health check.
For the health check, yeah. Yeah, that's the, yeah, that was, yeah, okay.
So just let me try to find that in the solution here.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Where is that section? Okay, so the solution has G Cloud Compute Backend Services. You've got that. That's on a instant groups. Instant groups. That's in a different area. Let's see. Is it up?
And by the way, I did not run this as a script. I just did initially I ran it as a script, and then I thought, well, better to actually not run it as a script. I decided to do line by line execution just to see what I was doing, to make sure that the
pieces were taken.
I wasn't having some kind of race condition, just to be sure.
Okay.
And
so go ahead and launch a shell session and go ahead and start the lab up, and we can go through it.
Okay. So let me start the lab here. Starting the lab.
So are you using the SDK or are you using the Cloud Shell?
I'm going to use the SDK.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to use the SDK.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
I think because I've done the lab so many times, it's not letting me do it. because I think I failed so many times. It said I've exceeded my quota for this lab.
Really?
Yeah. I think I've just been banned.
So you can unregister the quest and then re-register.
Okay, unenroll and then enroll again is what you're suggesting. Okay, let me do that. That did not even occur to me. Let me try that. Okay, give me a second here. Give me a second.
Actually, finally, the washing machine stopped. It was like making a lot of noise. I think
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now, but I'm having some kind of Forgive me, guys. This is okay. Okay, so I'm on enrolling right now. Let's close some of these tabs. I think it's slowing things down for me just a bit.
So, are you trying to do the challenge quest or the
The challenge.
challenge? Okay, that was the load balancer quest.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I unenrolled. So let me enroll again.
Get a Doberman, they said. Dobermans are smart dogs, they said.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
You're on the tour of Google Cloud.
No, this is the wrong one. Sorry. I think I'm having my performance issue again.
Time for that shiny new Mac.
Yeah, I think it's just time to it's time to ditch this old one and get the new one.
What
Sorry,
year
guys.
is your Mac? What year is it?
This is like I can't even remember. (2013).
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
a 2015 that
Right.
Yeah, Musa, you're long overdue.
Yeah, I am overdue. Right. Why is this okay? Let's try. I unenrolled. Actually, I'm not sure if I did that. Let's unenroll.
No, yeah. Because I saw when you enrolled. So click on it and see what happens.
No, I unenrolled, and then I need to enroll again. It's showing that I'm unenrolled right now, so I need to enroll again. So let me just make sure I'm on the right thing. Okay, let me go back and now enroll.
SWB audio capture, not
Yeah, I'm
registered.
slowing everything down this morning, guys.
No problem.
So I think when you unenroll and enroll again, it takes you to the very first module in the quest. So I think
Yeah.
this is what is happening.
Yeah, so just hit the back arrow there.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
I wasn't sure why it was taking me there, but it just sort of assumes that you hadn't done anything on that quest. So
Yeah.
it takes you to the very first one. So now I have to go back and then scroll to the bottom to
Yep.
oh, okay. So it does keep it. Okay, now this is the last one. Let's now click on that. All right. So let me do start lab. So have you run into this issue before? Like when it tells you you couldn't create a lab or you couldn't start a lab?
I haven't.
Have you clicked Start Lab yet?
Yeah, it's still spinning.
Do you
SWB
have
audio
5
capture
credits?
not registered.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. It's just
I am
slow.
not a robot.
I think your network connection is slow because you're kind of breaking up.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah, your audio.
Okay.
Turn your camera off and see if that'll save you some resources.
Bandwidth, yeah.
Right. Okay, let me do that. Where is...
My dog is too big to pick up. It's too heavy.
I just turned off the camera. Go back to request. How's my audio now?
It's still a little cracking, but that's okay.
Okay. We just switched from AT&T to Comcast for internet services. So I'm not sure whether the rain has got anything to do with it. Maybe we... Yeah, this is painful.
SWB audio capture not registered.
So my son put up some Halloween lights, and the Halloween lights shine on my windows, creates like a whirling pattern. So all night long, the dog is flipped out over that. I put these bookshelves in front of this window because I'm afraid he's going to bust the window out.
Guys, I'm not sure what's going on here. This is taking way too long. Right. Hopefully it will come back.
Do a refresh on your browser. Now try to kick the part again.
It's still spinning, looks like. I just click on Start Lab.
SWB audio capture not registered.
finally. Okay, this use subscription. Right, same thing. I think because I took the lab so many times, it's just I've been locked out now for this particular lab.
I think it's maybe your network connection because it shouldn't. I mean, like I've done these things like a million times trying to fail.
Right. Anyway, Cedric, I don't want to, I don't want to hog all the time here. I think what I'm going to do is follow your advice. I'm going to enumerate. I'm going to create a document, and I'm going to enumerate each of these commands that we have here in this script. I will execute them
Well,
and
let's go over them really quick.
Okay. Yeah, but I think your earlier advice is a good one, meaning to go through it, identify the specific step where things might have gone off the track, and then just message you on that.
For
Um,
for
but
what it's worth, Musa,
yeah,
we have that quest up in the GitHub repo,
Yeah.
right.
and there is a CLI solution in the README.
SWB
Yeah.
audio
This is,
captured, not registered.
Goes
This
step
is the
by
one,
step.
right? You can still see my screen, right?
Yep. And in the bin
Yeah, I've
folder,
been taking a look at
there's a
that.
task3.sh that actually has like the quick cut method to do it.
Okay.
So slide down for a second. Slide down.
Sorry. I click on the wrong.
Just scroll down for a second.
Yeah.
On that window. Scroll down. Go down.
It's
Past the
going to
README
change.
part. Down. It should be. I think if you go further down, there's a file section.
Sorry, I clicked on a link earlier. Let me go back. Here.
No, but if you see in that bin folder,
Oh, sorry. Where did you want me to go? Sorry, I think I'm.
if you go back, and go into the bin folder,
Right.
and click on task 3.
Okay. Yeah. Let me follow this. I'm going to compare. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this to the solution I have, and I think this should help me identify where. This should help me identify what I'm doing wrong. Actually, I did not. I was taking a look at the. Actually, this is the first time I'm actually seeing this. Sorry, I don't know how I missed it earlier. I was looking at the solution Markdown file instead of this.
And if the quota ever gets passed and you're able to go in and do it again,
Right.
with the labs themselves, what you want to do is when it shows that 45%, make sure you click on it.
SWB audio
and so you can
captured,
see
not
where it says
registered.
that it's having trouble.
Okay.
So that because it'll tell you, please create a managed instance group with 2 web servers in it.
Yeah, actually, that was what it said.
So that means either your instance template didn't work, or the creating of the instance didn't work successfully. So you should have gotten some message.
Okay, but here's what I did when I saw that. Because I actually did I did a bit of troubleshooting. When it said that the instances were not created, I now went into the command line, and I believe here, let me show you. Let's do this. I wrote a little script on monitor.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What this script essentially did, I ran this script in an endless loop, and it was constantly giving me the different Kubernetes object that existed, right? And everything I created, so everything I created, uh, it listed everything, including the, where did I list the, I think I list the nodes.
So, well, so the nodes were part of task 2. So that doesn't matter here.
That doesn't
It,
matter. Okay.
it would be the
SWP
instant
audio
templates,
capture not
the
registered.
health checks, the target pool, but most importantly, the instance group.
Yeah, it listed see
So,
everything.
so
Sorry,
did your
I'm talking over
instance,
you.
no problem. The instance group that you had, did you have IP addresses?
Yeah, well, it listed them, but I did not. It had IP address, I believe.
Okay. So let's go back up to, let's look at your script.
Okay, give me a second.
Because I do see some differences in your script versus what I have, but we should be able to talk
Okay,
through
let
that
me do
config.
this. I can actually put them side by side.
Yep. And you can just lower the bottom section there. You can lower monitor. Because if you only got to 45%, then the instance groups were not created.
Okay, so that is okay. So you're saying you're saying this was not executed, is what you're saying?
Yep.
No, but here's what I observed. When I listed the although it's not showing in my monitor script, when I listed, like you do gcloud compute, give me a second. I'm trying to remember the command. Gcloud compute. Okay, gcloud compute instances.
SWP audio capture not registered.
If I do
Actually, what I can do
right,
is I have the instance running. I'll copy the commands and I will run them on my machine and I'll
okay,
share the screen.
okay, good.
So
I don't know how I could have missed this script here. I was looking at the
So
solution.
take all of this and put this in the GitHub and create a folder called WIP work in progress or something, somewhere that I can just pull that down.
Oh, okay. Let me do this. How do I? Okay, let me do this. Upload files. How do I? Okay, let's do this. Would it let me upload a directory or no? drag files here. Okay, it should.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
No, this is not what I want. I want. My system is just painfully slow right now. So definitely this is this week for sure. I'm gonna try and okay, here we go. Let me go to home. Voice work.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Something is beeping in my house. What is beeping?
And definitely give me the startup.sh and
Yeah.
the task 3.
I want to okay. Did let me do that?
No, just do the files.
Just do the files.
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to. Okay, but I don't want to pollute this. I don't want to pollute that file space. I want to create a directory for it so that it's separate from all the other things we've created so far. How do I do that?
No, if you put it in the root, that'll be fine.
You want me to put it in the root?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me do that then. So you want startup, right?
Yep.
Or did it already do it and I didn't see it? I'm sorry. Startup, and you want my task 3.
Yep.
Oh, it's saying something
SWB
went
audio
wrong.
capture,
Something
not
went really wrong.
registered.
Can't process that file. You know what? Let me do this.
Or can you just post it? Put it in the chat, and I'll just pull it from there. So just
Okay.
open the contents of the file.
I think there's a limit. There's a limit too, right?
You just have to cut and paste.
I can't. Okay, I cannot. It does not recognize. Does not recognize drag and drop.
So I don't. So looking at your startup script, I don't believe that this script worked properly. So you did not get healthy instances because there's a space on your initial shell interpreter line.
Which line are you referring to?
So if you go into your startup script,
Oh, you're referring to this space here?
yes.
Oh, bummer.
So I don't believe your instances were actually running the web server because that script would have failed.
SWB audio
Okay.
capture
So the
not
instance would have
registered.
started, but
it did not install the requisite software to bring it alive.
correct. So even though you check for the instance,
Right.
your monitor script didn't check to see if the web server was actually running.
Okay, I think that makes sense now. That makes sense now. One of the next thing I was actually going to do was I wanted to, but I didn't get to that point. That was going to be my focus of activity on Friday to actually log into those two instances, those two managed group instances, and actually look at to try to verify that this command here, that the Nginx was running and healthy. I wanted to do that.
Yep.
But then, of course, I didn't get around to, I didn't get around to do that. That was going to be my next step, and that would have actually pointed out the error you just pointed out right now, because I think this would not have executed because of that space after the shebang.
Yep.
Okay. I think I get it now. I think I get it now. Cool. But I still want to be able to. I'm quite dogged about this. I still want to be able to run through this lab to actually get it to completion. So what I think I'm going to do is I may have to reach out to Quick Lab support to see why I'm getting that error that here, and just try to work through it.
Yeah. So I looked it up in the help. So free labs taken with a subscription can be repeated
SWB
a
audio
limited number of
capture
times.
not registered.
There's a limit to the number of times that you can take specific labs. The limit is in effect in the following situations: a free lab or the use of a Quick Lab Advantage subscription to take the lab.
Okay, I think I may have exceeded my limit then. That's what happened, because
Yep.
here this is horrible, because I was actually taking a look at it, the number of times I had done it. Let me see here. What do you do?
Oh. And we lost Musa.
Did we lose him?
Yeah.
His connection was going bad. I started just doing a little bit of housework here.
No worries.
Holy moly. He's back. Nope,
No, that's me.
I have not went back and looked at that GitHub repo. I haven't done maintenance on it, but the way I recall, we did the CLI solution in the README, and then you put your
SWB audio capture not registered.
cast3.sh in the bin folder. That should have been kind of like 100% verified version. But you're welcome back, Miss.
Was it a network-wide issue, or was it just me that dropped off?
It was just you.
Oh, this is painful. I don't know what happened there. All of a sudden, it felt as if I was talking to myself. I didn't realize that until I wasn't getting any kind of feedback. I don't know what's happening here. It could be my network. But
let's do this. Hey, Musa, let's do this. Since you're that's a bigger problem trying to get your network. Let's stop streaming, and then we could look at your settings and see if there's anything on your network that could be like a fundamental issue. You want to do that rather than try to go through the lab? Because I'm thinking if you do that, you'll get that other bit resolved.
Okay. What do you want to take a look at?
So real quick before we drop off, I just kicked off my screen.